Coach, obviously, Magic City Classic Week, you know the Birmingham area well, you know what this game means. What's your level of excitement heading into this one?
Well, excited about the game. Excited about the game. What I've told the team all week, all last week, and this morning was, hey, the Magic City Classic, man, a lot of pageantry, a lot going on, a lot of festivities, but that's not for us. The game is what's for us. We're the entertainment. We're the entertainment on Saturday.
How many times did you go to the game growing up?
Man, I went a bunch. I went all the way up until I went to college, so I went to a lot of Magic City Classics.
Obviously, you know how much winning this game means to the A&M community. What would it mean to break the streak?
Well, you know, it would mean a lot. It would really just mean a lot to get the win. I mean, it's really more for us about the 2025 Alabama A&M Bulldogs, and that's really what it's about. But, you know, we've got a lot of guys from the state of Alabama on our team. They've got a lot of guys from the state. We've got guys that were teammates with guys on their team, possibly even played Little League ball. So, I mean, that's what makes the rivalry what it is. And even the fans. You've got fans, families that are divided between A&M and state. So, you know, a lot on the line on Saturday.
You know, we got to ask about Quad. Is it looking like he's going to play Saturday?
Well, he's questionable right now for Saturday. Yeah, he's still questionable.
Would Eric go if he can't go?
Yes. Eric will be ready to go if Quad can't go.
Coach, I wanted to ask about the bye week and just some things that you all maybe have the opportunity to correct. Obviously, try to continue to get as healthy as you possibly can at this time of the year as a team. But for you, positive things that you saw out of the bye week?
Well, the biggest positive for us is we had played 7 games straight, and we had a lot of guys that were banged up, a lot of guys injured, and it's good to get those guys some rest, get some of them healed up and ready to go for this week. So that was huge, and then I feel like our players had a chance to catch up academically on some things. We've got midterms this week, so you know a lot of studying going on last week also. But then on the football side, had a lot of stuff we worked on last week. Obviously, we worked on the running game defensively and the running game offensively and third down and things like that. So, you know, we got a lot of work in, went back to fundamentals a little bit.
Went back. Add to that, as far as running the football. Man, so successful in your last outing at homecoming. I know you want to continue to kind of move in that direction to continue to kind of win the lines of scrimmage, especially on the offensive line.
Yes, that's absolutely. Yeah, we had some success running the ball and stopping the run in our last outing, but before that, you know, we were struggling. So, you know, one game doesn't get you there. So we took this past week to really get back to fundamentals and basics in the running game, and you know, we're hoping that that shows on Saturday.
Coach, can you kind of talk about what you've seen from Frank Pierre these last couple of weeks? I mean, you know, definitely stepping into that role of being a leading receiver.
Yes, he is. Actually, Frank started off the season. He was a little bit banged up, wasn't 100%, but it seems like over the last 3-4 weeks, he's kind of hit his stride. He's healthy now. So, you know, that's what we expected out of Frank. Frank is, he's a big-time player at the receiver position for us.
As you go into this week, you'll be facing a friend in Eddie Robinson Jr. until you guys actually kick off. Talk about your relationship between you and Eddie Rob, and I'm pretty sure there's some competitiveness probably going back to the pro days as well.
Well, you know, I've known Coach Robinson for over 20 years. You know, just one of those relationships through our NFL connections and bonds, and so you know, when he became the head coach at Alabama State, man, I was happy for him. I was excited for him, and now I'm at A&M, so you know, wow, we're rivals now, but you know, we got that one day out the year, man, where we're big time rivals. But other than that, a lot of camaraderie and brotherhood between us.
Of course, with you taking the Alabama A&M job, lots of talk always about the Magic City Classic. Are you finally happy that it's here so you can try to, make the fan base happy with a W this week?
Well, you know, we've had 7 games before we get to this point. So, like I said, it was good to have that bye week to just kind of get renewed and refreshed. And yes, we're excited about that. We're excited about the Magic City Classic. Very excited about it. And you know, the players are ready to go, coaches are ready to go, and Alabama A&M University is ready to go.
Going back to homecoming for a minute, obviously, you know, close game at the half. Things really pulled away in the second half. What can you say about the adjustments that you made that allowed you guys to win by so much?
Well, you know, I felt like we kind of maybe got a little bit too involved with homecoming. And I think that just the focus and attention to detail wasn't there in the first half, and we did a better job of executing and locking in the second half, and that was the difference in the ballgame.
How much are you looking for the maturity of your team? You just mentioned homecoming. It's tough. It's human nature. We got 18 to 24-year-old cats that they see the surroundings, everything at the outside. But for this week, with so much talk, friends that they have in Montgomery and whatnot, the maturity of your program and the maturity of your young men to kind of lock in to set game and not worry about kind of quote unquote the outside noise.
Well, the biggest thing, yes, we do worry about that because we've got a young team, maybe not age-wise, but experience-wise on the field. So, we really do need our guys to be as locked in and focused as they can be as a team. But at the same time, we went through that last week with homecoming, and I think that it's the same message this week. So I feel like our guys are gonna, take that message and be ready for Saturday.
When you take a look at a guy like Andrew Body, what stands out to you, and what have you and the defensive staff talked about when it comes to at least containing him?
Well, Andrew Body, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in FCS football. He throws the ball really well. He can buy time for his receivers when protection breaks down. And he can do a whole lot with his legs. He's a big part of their running game. I mean, you've got to defend him and the running backs in the running game on each and every play. So he definitely makes them go. He makes the offense go. I actually feel like, when he's out there on the field, I feel like their whole team feels like they've got an opportunity to win just because of what he brings to the table.
You're a defensive guy, piggybacking off what Mo said. I think it's a great question. How important is eye discipline for your defense Saturday? When you're dealing with a guy like this that can kind of keep plays alive, and there's never an ending of a play as long as he has the ball in his hands.
You're correct. It's almost like facing an option team in a sense because you've got to defend him on each play. You got to defend the running backs, and then you've got to defend the receivers because, they give you a lot of RPO stuff, a lot of quarterback read, where sometimes he might hand it off, sometimes he might keep it, sometimes he might attack you on the edge and still end up throwing the football. So he makes their offense very tough to defend.
Last question I would ask for you, Coach, would be you're a Birmingham guy, so you know the impact that a game like this has on the Magic City. How would it feel to now be participating in a game that you've been knowing about for such a long time?
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting for me. I got to admit, man, it's exciting for me to, be a part of it. Matter of fact, when I was growing up, actually for a while, I really saw myself playing in that game at some point. Obviously, until I went off to college, but I mean that was something when I went to those games as a young guy. Man, I saw myself out there playing. So I obviously didn't get a chance to do that, but to get a chance to be a part of it on the coaching side is very special, very.
I would imagine, I could be wrong, but you probably played there while you were at Alabama.
Yeah.
Legion Field. What was the environment like playing at that stadium?
It's always been big time. Legion Field has always had a big time atmosphere to it. Obviously played against Auburn there in the Iron Bowl, which was big, but also played some other big teams there, the Tennessees of the world and things like that. So just always exciting for me whenever I get a chance to step in the Legion Field and step on that field.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you, my
All
man.
right.
Appreciate